Welcome to our daily devotional for March 17th, 2021. Our verse for the day is from 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. In fact, this is love for God, to keep his commands, and his commands are not burdensome. Godliness. Godliness, that's a word that we hear in conversations of a biblical nature. But what does it mean? And how can you and I, mere mortals, aspire to live godly lives? Well, pure and simple, the practice of godliness is an effort or a discipline that focuses on God. Unfortunately, we oftentimes attempt this through trying to develop what we think is Christian character and express Christian thoughts and words and actions without taking the time to develop a Christ-centered devotion. We try to do what we think will please God without doing what is required to walk with Christ and to develop a meaningful and personal relationship with him. For us to truly pursue a godly lifestyle, we cannot exclude any part of ourselves from that. God is at the center of our thoughts. God is at the center of our words. God is at the center of our actions. And even the most ordinary aspects of our lives will reflect a desire to glorify God above all else. Now consider what the Apostle Paul, how he put this in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 31, when he said, "So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God." You and I, we will fail at this unless we make it an utmost priority to develop a personal relationship with the living God through Jesus Christ. Unless we do, then our efforts to live godly lives will only fail, and we will feel oppressed as we make legalistic attempts to follow the rules. However, there is some great news for us in our passage for the day. Because as John tells us, God's commands are not burdensome. A godly life is not oppressive, because a godly person is first of all devoted to Almighty God. Now our passage for the day is from 1 John chapter 5, verses 1 through 5, and I'll be reading to you from the New International Version of God's Holy Word. Everyone who believes that Jesus is the Christ is born of God, and everyone who loves the Father loves his child as well. This is how we know that we love the children of God, by loving God and carrying out his commands. In fact, this is love for God, to keep his commands, and his commands are not burdensome, for everyone born of God overcomes the world. This is the victory that has overcome the world, even our faith. Who is it that overcomes the world? Only the one who believes that Jesus is the Son of God. Now, additional suggested readings to coincide with today's topic come from Psalm chapter 86, verses 1 through 13, and John chapter 15, verses 1 through 17. Blessings to you and yours from the Ione Community Church.